All right, guys, this is Tom. It's we got a day game for you today. I don't even know what day it is. It's Tuesday, June 30th. We have an SSFA playoff quarterfinal. That's the round of 8. We have Jersey Joe Golden's New York Giants taking on Dennis Crowley's undefeated. That's 16-0. Don't you know? Seattle Seahawks. Joe's saying, I don't think this game will be that close. But Dennis, of course, great coach. We all know the story there. But he overachieved with this team by his own reckoning. This was not really a dominant team on paper where you're thinking 16-0. The performance was dominant. 474 points scored, 298 against. Joe was 9-6-1 and only plus 50 in his point differential. But he got Deshaun Watson, I know. Joe's an excellent coach. Has a history of playing some close games against Dennis, but losing quite often. A lot of close but no cigars in there. They played in the my mic is working. I hope everything's fine. If anyone out there in internet land is listening, Slack me and let me know, yes, Tom, you're coming in fine. Okay? Oh, shoot. I put the link in the wrong place. God damn it. I got to mute myself for a minute. Sorry, gentlemen. So I put the fail that time. So Joe's picked up a first down somewhere here. We missed the first couple of plays. I'll assume Dennis won the toss and deferred. Joe's got Deshaun Watson. He's got Kenyon Drake in there. You know he has another decent running back. You see 0s and 4s with the run blocking, so that's not going to be too helpful. Not a lot of talent at receiver. Robbie Anderson is good. There's some talent, but the cards aren't the best. Flat pass right to Robbie Anderson. Dennis plays a 4-3 that goes 5-6-4. Guess right is 7 yards. Return some animation on. I think I tried to play with this once or twice before. In recent years, I feel like it used to work much better. Both these coaches play pretty quickly, so we might not be that long. Left tackle for Kenyon Drake. Defensive tackle +1 or +7. I believe that gentleman is a 5, but it is white die 6 against Ontari Post 5. So Drake picks up the first down. The Giants are up by midfield. This is, of course, the first possession of the game. We'll tackle right for Doug Martin. That's onside tackle +3-0. Again, the run blocking not good for this Giant line. Goes 4-4-0-0-4 left to right on the offensive line. You're not getting much out of your tight ends and blocking backs here either. In terms of blocking, Austin Hoover is a 4. Tyler Conklin is a 0. Doug Martin to the running back. He's got an adequate card. If you're going to get wrong here, these guys can hurt you a little bit. Dennis plays a 4-3 that goes 5-4-5-5. Secondary is actually not as strong. You see 5 as a corner, 4 as at safety. So it's not the most dominant defensive-looking unit in the world. Looking past Robbie Anderson, Dennis blitzes and gets his pass. So it's gets right 5 men on the line. 6 is 4 yards complete from Deshaun Watson to Robbie Anderson. This is my first game that I've called in a while. I did come in for the second half of last night's Rams-Saints game. Joe beat Paul Half-Man Half-Mankowitz, who did a great job with his team as well, going 10-5-1 in the regular season with Cody Kessler at quarterback. It would be that, I think, in a very close game. I don't recall, but it's posted on our section of the forum if you're so inclined to listen to it. And again, if anyone is listening to this and can Slack me and tell me I'm coming in loud and clear, that'd be great. I just want to make sure. Everything seems fine. Just get paranoid when you haven't done this in a while. But here we have a 36. Long pass attempt for Joe. Picked off 2-6 on Watson's card. Is incomplete. Looks like there was one guy in the zone. So Joe's going to punt it from the Seattle 47. Looks like he went for the straight punt, and that'll be a touchback. Didn't want to take anything off it. I don't know how good Dennis's returner is, but, he's punting from about the 47, and this is 48 yards. So it's a little bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't here. Dennis has got Russell Wilson, the quarterback, of course, as he has on all of his teams pretty much. Left tackle left to Frank Gore. Guess wrong is 5 yards. Dennis playing blocking back, one halfback. Why wouldn't you with Kyle Juszczyk, 6'5" this year, not a 6'7". He's got a 6 at right tackle. He's got 5s at center and left guard. 4s elsewhere at tight end 0. Frank Gore and Mike Davis will do the lion's share of the ball carrying. Davis with an excellent card. You get Will Fuller, the deep threat at split end. Doug Baldwin over at flank with the veteran. And you see this defense for the Giants. Emerald left to Frank Gore. Guess wrong is 7 yards and a first down. This defense for the Giants has got 4s and 0s. All of them. He's got the safety is 0-0. Left outside's a 0. Corners are 4s. Defensive line 4. There's only one guy in the whole defense better than 4. Left inside linebacker. There's a linebacker to Frank Gore. Defense gets his run, but leaves the double box open, and Dennis pops it for 19 yards to the first down. And we've seen some of this in the last year or two, particularly, and a little bit. And you see it every now and then, but in the last year or two, particularly, we've seen some of these guys with 0s and 4s on defense, and yet having success. And Joe Golden is doing it. Has done it this year. Five minutes left to Frank Gore. 2-minute zone gets wrong. Is complete for 9 yards, rather for 14 yards on a 9 on Gore's card. And that's first down and 10 as Seattle crosses midfield. Just like that, Frank Gore has been a Dennis' team since day one of SSFA, literally. Linebacker Frank Gore. Defense gets the pass, but there's a linebacker there. 7 to stroke in on Gore's card. And Dennis is off to a great start here on his first possession. As multiple, zip, zip, zip. 19 yards, 14 yards, 16 yards. And he's down to the Giant 19-yard line. Giants showing blitz here. And we're left to Frank Gore. Defense guesses run, but it's on the defense's card. 8 for plus 12. And that's a first down for Seattle at the 7-yard line. It's average defense for Joe, average good for Dennis as the home team in the SSFA playoffs. And that's how we do it in the Somifa family of leagues. Short pass wrong to Doug Baldwin, Foreman there. Receiver is complete for a touchdown. Wilson to Baldwin, 6-0 Hawks. Just like that here in the first quarter. And Dennis is going to go for 2. Goes full house backfield, which bumps him up to a 6.65 in the interior of the line. Short pass error. Ebron. Defense gets it incorrectly. Receiver gets wrong. Incomplete on the 7 only. The not so magnificent 7. I had a phrase. That was one phrase I was banding about for the 7. For the 7 only, incomplete on short pass wrong. But so the Giants, okay, we just played matador defense there for about 5 straight plays. Short pass, Curtis Samuel, defense double teaming elsewhere. Defender X, that guy's a 5, and it's broken up by Jonathan Joseph, the veteran, former Bengal, then Houston Texan. I'm not sure where he is now. I might still be at Houston. But at least you're only down 6-0. If that feels like some kind of moral victory. Flat pass left to Tyler Conklin. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Receiver gets right, complete for 4 yards. You see the Conklin. Not exactly Rob Gronkowski with that flat pass right card. But, you'll throw to him. Shades of what Zeb was doing with, who's the guy? The 6 run blocker on his Somifa team this past year. That guy could go deep, actually, too, and it's a little better than this. Short pass, Curtis Samuel, defense double teaming correctly. On 3rd and the double team forces an incompletion. The correct double team movement incomplete anyway, but you do want to try to get that going if you can, particularly with a quarterback who has good must-run ability. So it is Rigoberto Sanchez coming out for the punt. This one goes 48 yards down to about the 25 or so, 27 maybe, 23 I believe, for Dwayne Harris, who I think has a touchdown on 2. And, of course, the game crashes. Why wouldn't it? So that means it's probably like a fumble or a touchdown or it's just the game crashing. Is it me? It ain't me. I ain't no settler's son. Forgive me for singing. I'm not a singer. Well, I am a willful participant at times. But I'm a little tired today. Didn't sleep too well last night. Well, I didn't sleep enough hours, really. Let me get back in there. Hold on. Spell mode on. 64498. And we did not have a fumble. Whatever it was, Dennis just had a 3rd and 4, and Russell Wilson looked for Doug Baldwin. Minka Fitzpatrick couldn't make the play. Next year, we'll be making a lot of plays in Stratomatic. That's the first down for the Hawks up at their own 46. So Dennis right back at it. Long pass wrong. Will Fuller against a safety 0 receiver. Gets wrong. Incomplete on Fuller's card. 6, 11, 15. 6, 11, 15, 17, 18. He's a 12, 18. That's what he's known for, is the long pass and some of the big plays. Help me win a championship in Battle Royale. Thank you very much. It's about time. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks at their own 46. Blocking back one halfback, Frank Gore. Mike Davis probably unlimited in the second half. Short pass to Baldwin. Defense double teaming elsewhere. And Russell Wilson hits it for 11 yards at a first down on his own card. Very strong. Short pass right card for one of the NFL's best quarterbacks. Blocking back halfback, 3-4 blitz. I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the way, that pass right there, Ebron linebacker double team does not have an impact. So it's complete for 4 yards, makes it 2nd down and 6. Somewhere along the way, my ability for my mouse to easily scroll over and make the ratings come up seems to have gotten worse. There seems to be a delay now as Frank Gore takes a handoff up the middle for 7 yards and a first down. Dennis has 3 sevens on the offensive line, so it's harder even to try to use the pass rush that Joe might try and use to overcome his abundance of zeros and fours on the defense. And that puts a blocking back reading for 3 yards. That Frank already 8 carries 75 yards in the first quarter, 3-4 blitz. So, and we're left to go. Defense gets it correctly. Needs a 1-2-3, but instead he gets defensive end +1 to +5. You know, and you're in this situation where Frank Gore's got a good guess wrong card, not that great guess right. Then has some pretty decent run blocking. You got 4 of the defensive line. If you get a run guess correctly, he's like, boy, I have to hit the offense's card there. I need to hit Gore's card there because everything else is trouble for me. And then with the end run there, you had the blocking back 6, who also serves as your offensive onside end when you run to your left. So it wasn't a lot of good readings for Joe there on the defense's card. And Gore has now got 85 yards and 10 carries as we start the second quarter. Seattle has cracked the red zone. They're at the Giant 19. Line up to Gore, double box and play. No tackle +1 to +12. And these 4s are not coming up with the big plays today. As Davin Godchaux could not make the play. And it's 12 yards for Gore. 11 carries at 97 yards. Line up to Malcolm Brown, who checks in as the 3rd running back for the full house on 1st and goal from the 7, and goes nowhere. Gore only 6 carries left on fatigue, so Brown will see work here today if it continues like this. Emmer gets wrong to Malcolm Brown, gains 5 yards. That's a 3rd and goal for the 2. Brown has been an effective 3rd back for the Seahawks this year. Dennis will certainly run the ball if you're going to give it to him. And he's got decent enough blocking to make it happen. So it's a full house for the 2-yard line, 3rd and goal. Line with Malcolm Brown. Defense gets his run. Everyone's there. 8 is +3 in the defense's card. Touchdown, Seahawks. 12-0. Let's see if he goes for 2 yet again. Or says, I'll just tell him to kick the field goal. That's always is more aggressive than anyone. And he's going for 2. Full house again. I know Joe's Core Littleton is not good with the run game. It's a 5-0. And the inside's a 4. Showbiz gets run. Eric Ebron. This time defender X is a 0. It's a 2-point conversion from Wilson to Ebron. So he makes up for missing it the first time around. And now it's 14-0 Hawks early the second quarter. This one could get ugly. Short pass, Tyler Conklin. Defense gets his pass. Dump off complete for 5 yards. Flat pass right to Curtis Samuel. Defense is double teaming elsewhere. Defender -3 or +4. And Jonathan Joseph makes a nice play, stuffing Samuel for a -3. Those are so big. And so that's why it's so nice if you have the good secondary, the good cover guys, you will hit those 10s and the 10, 11 especially seems a lot. And those minuses are nice. And the 10 you get minus anyway, but the -4 is nice. The -1 and +3, that can make a difference, on a second down and 6 situation and stuff like that. Linebacker draw to Doug Martin, defense double teaming elsewhere. Double block in play, but it's 3rd and long. And the White Eyes are traded 5 regardless. No gain for Doug Martin. And Jones did have to punt. And this game's in jeopardy of getting out of hand. Rigoberto Sanchez with the 45-yard kick. Down to 45, 65, 73, 27 to 25. And Dwayne Harris calls for the fair catch. And here come the Hawks again. Malcolm Brown's going to come in soon. And Dennis is running out of attempts. Unfatigued for Frank Gore. Linebacker wrong is for 3 yards. He's got some Russell Wilson M runs, of course. He's got 5 Russell Wilson M runs. Might see some of those this half, depending on when Brown is unlimited. 2nd and 7. Long pass Doug Baldwin. If he guesses incorrectly, no one there. He's coming by 4. Angry Doug. Do I not have my animation on again? Receiver guess wrong is incomplete. 1-7-11. 1-7-11. 2, sorry. 9-15 only for Angry Doug. Would have been better a couple years ago on that. But not that time. I don't have no play animation clicked. Wilson 136, 10, 13 long pass run. That's not bad at all for nowadays. So the first 3rd and long we've seen in a while for the Hawks that I can recall. And it's 3rd and 7 from their own 28. Defense goes 3-4 blitz. And this is not against running here normally, but I don't think he's going to want to wait to Gore carry. Could see an M run with Russell Wilson. Could see a pass, of course. He's got 7, so I think he fears the blitz. There's an M run left for Russell Wilson, as I thought might happen. Offensive onside end, that's why he does it, because he's got the blocking back 6. In addition to Wilson's good card, so that's a first down for 9 yards. And the Hawks keep the drive alive. They use one of Wilson's 5 end runs, but that's fine, because I believe Brown and Davis are unlimited in the second half. And it's a 1st and 10 for Seattle. Brendan Scarlett was the linebacker, but did not come into play. There's a short pass guessed correctly to Eric Ebron and complete for 15 yards. Ebron with the max short pass receptions this year, not next year, as the drops have resurfaced for the once very promising tight end. I mean, you watch his, guys know I watch the highlights. Short pass Will Fuller, Joe goes short yardage on 1st and 10 there. Joe's an excellent coach, but I don't think that's really knowing your opponent there when Gore's low on carries and you have so much time left in the second quarter. I don't think he's running it there. I certainly don't think he'd do a short yardage. And he follows it up with another run call, but he got 4 men in the zone. It's a pick off. An interception. Dennis was up 14-0, but now there's a pick at Joe's 16-yard line. And I think it happened with a big return. The return is for 13 yards, but we've seen this a lot over the years in the Stratomatic. And, I'm not saying the fix is on. I'm just saying where a team's up, 10-14-0. Things are looking great. They're driving. Maybe they're going to put the old nail in the coffin in the first half is saying a little bit much, but really take control of the game, right? If you go up 21-0, and we see a turnover, see an interception. Flat pass left to Curtis Samuel. Defense guessing pass. Dennis goes 5-6-4, I believe. That linebacker should be only a 4 over there. It is Ryan Anderson, Mr. Anderson. He's only a 4, White Die 5. So it's a 5-yard completion from Watson to Curtis Samuels. Long pass, Curtis Samuel guessed wrong. Defender X for plus 27 against the 5 and is thrown just outside the outstretched arms of Samuel. Jonathan Joseph, the veteran, keeping up with the speedy youngster, and it's 3rd and 5. So just like that, flat pass right to Robert Yancey. Joe might get something going here, and he does continue it. A not-so-dreaded 5 and the flat pass right from Watson to Anderson. Makes it look elementary, and we've got 1st and 10 for the Giants at their own 38. 6 minutes to Doug Martin from the pistol now. Short pass to Austin Hooper. Picked off 2-4 against right. Incomplete on Watson's card. Hooper now a member of the Cleveland Browns, I believe. If they ever play football or professional sports again in this country. It's rough. The coronavirus situation is not good. 2nd down and 10. That's pretty mildly, right? 2nd and 10 for the Giants. End run right to Kenyon Drake. Defensive end +5 or +18. He's only a 4. He can't make the play. An 18-yard pickup for Drake. And the Giants had the ball at the Seattle 44. That was Matt Judon, known more for his pass rushing chops. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Giants trail 14-0. Big drive here. Correct double team on the flat pass. And it was a white die 6. So that would have been incomplete. Sorry, that would have been 9 yards, but instead it's incomplete. And 2nd down and 10. Good call by Dennis on the 1st and 10. Double teaming of the halfback when Joe hasn't even really been thrown to him. 2nd and 10, 4:48 to go at the Seattle 44. Drake's got a card that can do some things. A little chunky maybe, but not horribly so. Flat pass left to Robbie Anderson. Defense double teaming elsewhere. +7 on Watson's card. And Joe now down in no man's land. 3rd and 3 from the Seattle 37. Trailing 14-0. So this is 4 down territory for the Giants. G-Ben. He goes pro set, and I don't understand why, because I doubt that Tyler Conklin can run with any effectiveness. But what do I know? I know that. I'm pretty sure Tyler Conklin cannot run with any effectiveness. Let's see. No, he can't run at all. So please don't go pro set, Joe. What are you doing? That type of stuff bothered me. Joe's such a great coach. Off tackle left to Kenyon Drake. Guess wrong. Box scars on a 12 is 7 yards. 1st down for the Giants. That's kind of not that great. 7 +1, 5 no gain. 9 is +20, but if you get a run guess wrong, some good things can happen. I think Drake's forte might be more than the end run. It's not a great card anyway, but there's a run call guessed correctly on 1st and 10 to Drake. Dennis occasionally might let you run it with the lesser back, but he's not going to always give it to you all the time. Sometimes that key run call to get a no-gainer can really be big for your series there on defense. 2nd and 10, off tackle left to Doug Martin, who's got a better card. Defensive tackle +1 or +7. He's a 5, but it's been a rough afternoon so far for Dontari Poe. And it is a 7-yard gain for the Poe houses, courtesy of the Wire. Baltimore, Maryland, fictional, I believe, but who knows? Edgar Allan Poe is from Baltimore. 3rd and 3, that's why the team is the Ravens, one of the reasons. 3rd and 3 from the Giants, and that's the primary reason, of course. At the Seattle 23, flat pass left, Robbie Anderson. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Linebackers only a 4. White die 6, short gain, 16 yards, and the G-men are down to the Seattle 7 as a 2-minute warning is upon us, and indeed it does come to pass. Each team has all their timeouts. Full house backfield with Mark Walton and Kenyon Drake. Walton does not have a good card guessed right. I had him on that, also that Battle Royale team. Kenyon Drake doesn't have a good card guessed right. Deshaun Watson can run or throw. Short pass Kenyon Drake. Blitz is on. Box scores on Watson's card. Incomplete. 2nd and goal from the 7. Must run is helpful. Not a bad spot for some linebacker double teaming on defense here with must-run quarterback, but there is an issue of Watson's end run ability. So risky to run that end run quarterback inside the 10. Guess right can hurt you on a lot of these quarterback cards, probably Watson's too. But, and again, Joe doesn't have a great running back threat, so you might think Dennis is going to go pass. Dennis Cole's run, short pass wrong to Watson. Defender extra +13, he's only a 4. Joe needs this one. He's open. Touchdown from Watson to Drake. Ryan Anderson couldn't make the play. Aldrick Rosas, I had forgotten his first name was Aldrick, who I think recently had some trouble with the law, maybe some drunk driving or something. Delivers on the extra point attempt, and it's 14-7. Kick goes deep into the end zone, where DJ Chark will probably down it, and does. And we've got a 1st and 10 for the Seahawks at their own 25. Dennis is so great in the 2-minute offense. He's getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Big series here for Joe on defense. He got back in it. On best Kyle Jurczyk. Evans gets his pass. 0 safety, 0 to the linebacker. dump off, complete for 10 yards on the first down up to the 35. Russell checking down to the tight end, Eric Ebron, 7-on-2. Max Unger versus Devon Godcho. So there was no chance that I Godcho sacked there with Devon on first and 10 against Max Unger's 7. First and 10 for the 35. Gore in the game. You'll see an end run for Russell Wilson or two somewhere on this drive, I'm sure. And remember, right, Russell Wilson, guessed correctly. Russell gains 5 yards on a 3. So some of the quarterbacks who run a lot, they have some positive yardage, or at least not as many negatives. But Russell does have 5, 6, and 7 horrible negatives, -5, -6, -7. But Joe wasn't fooled that time, but Dennis got the good roll on his own card anyway. 2nd and 5 for the Hawks. They call timeout. 1:07 to go, they're at their own 40. 3 end runs left for Russell. Don't think you'll see one here, but Dennis, sometimes, look, he's great at zigging. Sometimes we'll definitely zig when you think he's going to zag. Linebacker Frank Gore, double box in play, gets in correctly. Only 3 yards on Gore's card. He is more to left roll. 13 carries for 103 yards for Frank the Tank. One of the most durable and consistent players in NFL history at the position. 3rd and 2 for the Hawks at their own 43. Came into college with multiple knee surgery. And then said, I'll play for about 20 years, no problem. A remarkable accomplishment. And he's on the Jets now. He makes his way through the AFC East. Buffalo, Miami, maybe New England's next. 3rd and 2 for the Seahawks. Their own 43, 45 seconds to go. Dennis will play for the first down here, I think. Linebacker Frank Gore, double box in play, but 7 yards on a 7. And Hawks had the ball up at the 50. They called their second timeout. 3 on fatigue carries left for Gore. Now the Emma quarterback is in play again. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. I think you'll see a flat pass here to an unlikely double team target, maybe the halfback. Oh, we do have people in the studio audience. Okay. And we get a run the middle to Frank Gore. Double box in play again. He gets the double box, 19 yards. Then it's running up the middle with only 1 timeout left. And then he has to use it. Zeb, as he is in the audience, Stan Mighty Thor, I was in the audience. One of you guys can just slack me and let me know that my voice is coming in well. I would appreciate it. Just say voice good, voice bad, what have you. But the Hawks got no timeouts left, but they're 1st and 10 at the Giants 31. Dennis has a pretty good kicker, I believe. So they're in good shape to at least get a decent field goal attempt off. Dennis likes to think bigger. Flat pass left to Frank Gore. Nobody's there. Guess wrong. Incomplete on Gore's card, Wilson's card on the 10. I've asked to be slack, but there we go. Michael Reeves says it's fine. He's watching on YouTube. Thank you, Michael. This commercial break brought to you by Michael Reeves. House of Bobcats. Get your local Bobcat today. And we're left to Frank Gore. Defense gets his pass. Short gain, 18 yards. For Gore, down to the 13-yard line. Huge first half for Frank the Tank. Does not get out of bounds of that one. Could be a spike situation. He does spike the ball. 8 seconds to go. 16 carries, $147 in the first half for Frank Gore. No wonder he's getting fatigued. And Harrison Butker will come out for the field goal because Dennis at the 13 is 2-11 good. It's up and good, a 30-yard kick. Makes it 17-7. You'll see an onside kick or something here. Onside kick just to run out the clock there. Recovered by the kicking team. What a waste. Good hustle by Danico Autry. And it is 17-7 Seattle. We go into the second half with no break. These men don't need it. This game started at 12 o'clock. So this is like one quarter for me, especially in a playoff game. But they're in the third quarter. Only a little bit behind. My pace would be only a little behind, right? So we had a kickoff there, but Strat decided that didn't need to see the actual kickoff. And Dennis has the ball at the 25-yard line to start this third quarter. 17-7. Dennis will play either the LA Rams going to have to do with Nathan Baylor or the Washington football team of Keith Mowbray, the Redskins. One of those two, I believe, is who Dennis will play if he wins this game. Left tackle left to Mike Davis. He thought Frank Gore was doing well. He gains 8 yards. Davis is a very good card. Right and wrong. Short gains are pretty frequent and very good positive yards. And the guess right to all kinds of plus threes and plus fours and good things like that. Malcolm Brown doing some stretching on the sideline because he knows it'll be needed today. 13 unfatigued here for Davis for the second half. Dennis on 2nd and 2 goes to the line, but quarterback. Let me see if it carry. And he didn't get anywhere. Saved the carry, lost it down. 3rd and 2 for the Seahawks. And that does not mean I'm critical of the strategy. It was just a fun phrase that came to mind. 3rd and 2 for the Hawks at their own 33. Dennis with the blocking back halfback pistol formation. Likes to show off and use a pistol at times. Long pass, Will Fuller. Defense gets it correctly. Nobody there. Incomplete on Wilson's card. That was Fuller running man on man with a 4-corner down the left sideline. But Wilson unable to connect, and Tress Way, no way, will have to punt it. And it's the first time today I think Seattle's punting. 44-yard kick will be down to about the 27. Is that it was a D Carter? Is that DeAndre Carter? Which Carter is that? Oh, that game crashes. Oh, the humanity. So we're seeing a theme here. This is the second punt during which the game has crashed. It's crashed for me watching. It has not crashed for the combatants. Speaking of combating, I'm getting back into Dungeons & Dragons. You're all going to see less football stuff, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. 64498. Spell mode on. 64498. Okay, so the punt, who knows where it went, but Joe's got 2nd and 6 at his own 37. Flat pass left to Robbie Anderson. Complete for 4 yards, sets up 3rd and 2. Dennis guessed correctly, but had a guy in the zone. Third and 2, Giants, they're on 41. Big play here. 3rd and deuce. Proset. Why Proset? Tyler Conklin cannot run the ball. Maybe he's hoping Dennis doesn't realize that. Flat pass left to Robbie Anderson. Picking on the linebacker 4 on the outside. Receiver gets right, 7 yards. And a first down for Robbie, who really improved a lot as an overall receiver in the last year or two as a Jet fan. Long pass to Robbie. Nobody there. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Guess correctly. 7 did complete on Watson's card. 6 and 8 was a must run. I did get your text also. Your Slack message also, Dan. Thank you for the compliment. 2nd down and 10. Long pass Robbie again. This time being double teamed. Dennis says, I will not be fooled. And it is incomplete. Would have been guessed wrong on the straight right call, but still always nice to get the proper double team as opposed to long pass no men right, and maybe I got away with something. Although he is covered by a 5. And just like that is 3rd and 10 for the Giants. Short pass Chris Conley. Correct double team by Dennis, but it's a linebacker double team. Receiver gets right for Conley. Is complete for 11 yards and a first down. Clutch completion. Clutch pass from Watson to Conley. Watson 15 of 24. 93 yards and a touchdown. Off tackle left for Doug Martin. Joseph running at that right tackle 5. Offensive onside guard 5-0. Lakin Tomlinson makes the block 4 on a 4. And a 2nd down and 5 for the Giants at the Seattle 36. Flat pass right. Austin Hooper. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Interception split 2-3 is incomplete. Sets up 3rd and 5. Big possession here for Joe. Big possession here for Joe. He wants to get a score here. He's down 10. He's at the Seattle 36. He's in scoring range. He has a good kicker. If he can get this first down, then it's at the minimum good field goal chance or a touchdown to make it 17-14. If he gets stopped here, he's going to go for that 4th down. Let's see if he runs it or not. He goes 3 wide with a halfback, so he's kind of tipping his hand there. He's probably going to pass. Flat pass left to Hooper. Dennis double teaming, even though he's got the linebacker 6 in the middle, and it's a successful first down from Watson to Hooper, 6 yards. And Joe's got it at the Seattle 30. I thought that I got that, Zeb. Thank you. I thought that with the linebacker 6 in the middle, Dennis might bring that safety up somewhere. Flat left to Tyler Conklin. Guess right. Short gain. Watson's caught it at 3. Is plus 14 yards down to the 16. Zeb, do you want me to add you to the stream so you can talk to Zeb? If you want to talk during the broadcast, let me know. Slack me and I'll add you to the stream. Islands in the stream. 2nd and 4. The Giants I don't know why I'm so musical today. At the Seattle 10. Aaron right to Kenyon Drake. He was guessing incorrectly. Oh, no. Dreaded blocking back +3 or -3. You hate that. Everyone wrong, and you lose 3 yards. Zeb says that's why the blocking is important, Tom. And I'll add you to the stream after this series of possessions here, Dennis. Zeb, rather, as we're on the cusp of a score with the Giants having 3rd and 7 at the Seattle 13. So we'll warm up the vocal cords. Drink the tea. Short pass, Curtis Samuel. Foreman there. Picked off of Watson's card. 1 yard into the end zone. And the action is going quickly. It is difficult to get a word in edgewise when I'm rapid fire. But I'll try to, there's a rhythm. We'll try. I'm pretty good about it at times. You got to pick your spots. That's the when the play-by-play man is, because the Strat is not like the NFL. They run a play, and hey, you're in there now, Zeb.
Cool.
It's like the NFL. They run a play, and you've got you got second minimum. Good. You're on, Zeb.
Tom, can you hear me?
I feel like Bob Uecker in Major. Yes, I can hear you. Short pass to Doug Baldwin, complete for a dump off, 20 yards and a first down, up to the 44. I'm here, Zeb. I am hearing you. Yes, I was a minute ago, but I'm not saying. There we go. Yep, I still hear you. I do hear you. I'm sorry. May have not being clear. 7-yard completion from Wilson to Mike Davis in the flat on a white die 6. 2nd and 3 for the Hawks at the Giant 49. 4:12 to go. I can broadcast much faster than I can coach, Zeb. I don't know if you've noticed that. Short pass for Doug Baldwin. Dump off. Defense was double teaming. I'm confused, but that was a dump off. That's right. To Mike Davis, not the best receiving running back in the world. Oh, he's actually pretty good. I'm wrong there. Never mind. My apologies to Mr. Davis. I don't want to get an angry letter from the Davis family who, of course, are not listening. 3rd and 3 for the Seahawks at the Giant 49. This is classic Dennis Crowley go for a territory, even up 10 late in the third quarter. Off tackle right to Mike Davis. Defense double teaming elsewhere. And Dennis says, go for what? Offensive onside tackle +8 or +3. That's the first down. David Bakhtiari making the block. And it's 1st and 10 Hawks at the Giant 41. Doesn't have to wait for the 4th down. Off tackle right to Davis. Nose tackle +4 or +9. Dennis loves using this Mike Davis card. Seahawk, good card. He does work for him. 2nd and 1 for the Hawks at the Giant 32. 2:42 to go. Off tackle right to Davis. Got us wrong. Short gain. Well, I wouldn't like using this card, but I just sense that Dennis gets a little extra pleasure out of using the Mike Davis card, and it has done so well for him. 2:06 to go. So that really rough, brutal turnover for Joe. I mean, it was a short pass, right? So it's not like it was guessed wrong, and he pulled a snake eyes on the pick split. But he was going in. He was down 17-70 at the 14-yard line. Worst case scenario, you're hoping 17-10. Well, that would have been the second worst case scenario, perhaps, because worst case scenario was the interception. And it's still 17-7. 17-7 for a touchdown would really be the worst case scenario, but this was pretty bad. It was definitely a very bad case scenario, if not the worst. 2nd and 4 for the Hawks. 1:30 to go at the job. We'll tackle left to Davis. Run key on the line buck, so did not take effect. Offensive onside tackle 6 or 1. Cordy Glenn 4-4 makes the block, and that hurts. I run key, but only on the line buck. And then Cordy makes the block. Otherwise, it's only within 1 yard. 1st and goal to 6 for Dennis.
Well, he did get a man in the zone there, though.
Say it again.
Well, even though it wasn't a key, he did have a man in the zone, so it switched to the second best run column on the defense card.
Yeah, the one linebacker there. Well, I clicked away to check my volume. Russell Wilson got sacked. Cordy Glenn better with the run blocking, the pass blocking, and that sequence, which is unusual, and he yielded a sack to Frank Clark. Short pass to Will Fuller with a blitz on, must run a 2nd and goal, yields 9 yards. See, I have a problem where I have to turn my volume up on a StreamYard to hear you, Zeb, but then the game is too loud. So I'm trying, there has to be a way to adjust this. There probably is, but I don't know what it is, and I won't mess with it too much down. Maybe I will. We'll see. 4th quarter already. All right. 40 minutes in. 3rd and goal from the 8. Short pass, Eric Ebron. Blitz is on. Wilson Michael down. Down goes Wilson. Jamie Collins, the now veteran linebacker, coming in 4 on his 6 on the blitz. Hit the blitz shot. 1-32 sack. Got a 22. Harrison Bucker in for the field goal attempt. It's something good. 20-7 Seahawks. Dennis, I think you have to be just a little nervous right now if you're Dennis. Just a little bit, because you're 16-0. You know, you're up 14-0, had a chance to go for a score, turn the ball over. Joe got the touchdown right before halftime. You know, Joe had a chance to get in there again, but didn't. You all leading 20-7, but it's like if Joe gets like a touchdown drive here, then things get a little tight. So you just feel a little. I think we've all played this game, regular season or playoffs. Like, all right, I'm winning good. It looks good, but
you'd rather be up 3 scores than 2 scores.
That's a great point. Long pass to Robbie Anderson, if he gets it correctly, but double teaming elsewhere. Dump off complete for 10 yards. Joe's got some 7s up front himself. That's Watson to Samuel, who's got 5 catches for 27 yards. Obviously, that was one of his longer ones of the day. 13:30 to go. Having said that, of course, the Giants are up against it and don't have a great rushing attack. Short pass Curtis Samuel again. There's another dump off. The dump off is your friend. 7 out of 1. Derek Wolf's not going anywhere against Taylor Moton. Matt Juden was in there earlier. Not in there now. Linebacker Kenyon Drake, 7 yards, and just like that, the Giants across midfield. Joe is not one to give up on the run, but these two guys know each other well. They've been playing. They both played a lot of leagues together, and they've been doing it now for a good 6 or 7 years, probably. So they know each other well. Why process that? That's annoying the heck out of me. Left tackle left to Kenyon Drake, defensive tackle +4 and +7. The guy's a 0 run blocking. He cannot run the ball. Why are you going pro set? It's Joe Golden. He knows how to play the game. 3rd and 2 at the Seattle 47. Now he goes full house.
Maybe he's just taunting Dennis's pass rush.
That could be it, yes. I'm sure.
Just sort of a.
Well, I guess also
in your face. I'll spot you that.
Yeah,
I'll spot you that pass rush, and I'll still dump offs on you.
Yeah, anyway, he does get the -1. I was about to say, well, actually, he doesn't really gain anything because the guy's a 0, but he does get the -1 from the formation. Obviously, Conklin's not going to make any run blocks no matter what formation you're in. Well, short of the full house.
It still gives you better pass protection, and it doesn't limit your play calling at all.
Yes, and he is literally capable of.
There's no switch in coverage. You know, if you go to the 2 tight end, you can flip flop and get a good deep
a good matchup.
Receiver matched up against a weak coverage linebacker, but there's none of that with the difference between a blocking back and a pro set.
Oh, there's Joe taunting Dennis with the stuck question. What's the matter, Mr. Crowell? You don't know what to call? I think that's what Joe's saying there, Jeb. Don't you think?
I doubt it. You know what? Can Conklin carry the ball?
He cannot.
Okay, because I had Robert Tanyan this past year in Somiva who didn't have a carry in real life, and he actually did get a running card.
This is his card.
Yep.
This is his run column. So we might be stuck.
There's no reason for that. I mean, from a strategy standpoint, I mean it doesn't really cost you much. It's a very little difference, but it is real.
Yes, yeah, it's better than nothing. So we might have an unknown crash here. We're monitoring the Slack channel.
And Tom, I don't have the game up in front of me because I'm not in SSFA, so I'm just watching this on your stream.
Okay, I did put a link in the on the forum.
Okay.
Oh no, it's also the StreamYard. Never mind. It's all, I got you now. Never mind. If you want the game, I did give it to you.
Well, I would have to download.
Yeah, I got to download the file, do the watch game,
the league and the spectator files.
I just had a phone call there. It is a work day, even though he's, I think, home. We're working from home nowadays, like many people are. 3rd and 2. And went right to Kenyon Drake, guessed correctly, but he hits the defense's guard for 12 yards and a big first down. Goes at the Seattle 35, 11:06 to go in this game. And let's see what happens. If Joe can get in the end zone here, we'll take a right to Kenyon Drake. 9 is +20. Offensive on to them +7 and +2. Austin Hooper cannot make the block. He's only a 4. 2nd down and 8. He did sign with Cleveland, right, Zeb?
Yes.
And where did Hayden Hurst
No
go?
longer a Falcon.
He went to Atlanta. That's right. Hayden Hurst went to Atlanta. That's right. 2nd and 8, I believe. Hayden Hurst did go to Atlanta, didn't he?
Not sure.
2nd 8 Giants against Seattle 33.
He's in a blocking
tackle left for Doug Martin, gained 6 yards. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that what?
You notice the blocking back formation there?
I did. He's gone back and forth on it. He hasn't always got to see his personnel.
You know what? I think you know what I think he's doing, Tom? I think he's using the pro set to get Kenyon Drake in the game and the blocking back to get Doug Martin in the game so that he doesn't have to click.
Isn't that the double click? That's a great call. Speaking of great calls, White Day 6 is a nice roll on the flat pass, 3rd and 2 for 13 yards to Curtis Samuel. Down to Seattle 14. Joe was down here not that long ago and threw an interception. He cannot afford that now. It's 20-7, 9:18 to go. Giants need to get in the end zone here. I mean, short pass run, Robbie Yancey's got good yardage, but 4-minute zone is incomplete. Oh, receiver would have been nice. He's not maxed, but the yardage would have probably been a touchdown. And instead, it's an incomplete pass on short pass wrong, setting up 2nd down and 10. And Zeb called it. We have the too lazy to double click the sub. Let me just put it in the process. Blocking back, guys. 2nd and 10. Pistol formation. Emmer right to Watson. This guesses correctly, but it's on the defense's card. Tackle 5-0. He's only a 4. Doesn't look good. Watson can't turn the corner on the animation in slow motion. And it's no gain. Taylor Moton is 0. I think it was a 5 the previous year. So that could be a 5 again in the future. And just like that, it's 3rd and 10 for the Giants. And now only 8:24 to go. You go from opportunity to stressful to pressure. From an opportunity situation to a pressure pack situation, just like that.
Yeah, I mean, because you really want to score here. This
absolutely
is like 2-down territory.
Yes, 3rd and 10, 3 wide, 1 halfback pistol formation. Nickel 3-3-5 blitz. Not a lot of pass rush. I don't think he's got some backups in there who can do it. Joe ran a draw with Martin on a 3rd and 8 a while back. I'm not a fan of that with his blocking here. And Martin's card isn't probably that great either. And you get the white die 1, of course. Dennis has been doing great double teaming. 5 pass left gets wrong to Doug Martin. Dennis is linebacker double teaming. This is great. Oh, 8 yards only. 1 and 10 or more. But got 8 yards on Watson's card. So 4th and 2 at the Seattle 6. 7:48 to go. Dolphins to Donuts. Joe goes for it here. And no doubt about it. Right away, clicking on Full House. Tyler Conklin says, now I might be able to make a block, but it'll probably only be for 1 yard. Full House 4-3 blitz. Mark Walton, unfortunately, is very bad at running the football. I might have put Doug Martin in there, Joe.
Not a bad idea to throw with one of the backs here, Tom.
Oh, it's like a right to Mark Walton gains 2 yards. Okay, he's a little better on right than I thought. I used this card on in Battle Royale. I guess I messed up there, Zeb. Good time to throw it on the back, Zeb said, but Joe said, I'll stick it to the ground. And I was guessed correctly to get the first down. And now he doesn't go Full House again. I would have thought you'd come right back with it. Blocking back 1 halfback. 4-3 blitz. Full House from the 4. No, Zeb? 1st and goal?
Yeah, I mean, really, you're only playing for maybe 2 yards at that point because you're going for 4 downs. You don't care if that's where you just get 1 yard each play for 4 plays. And
there's an M wrong because a Martin touchdown anyway. Makes it 20-13.
And now the pressure.
Joe will try the extra point with Aldrich on Roses, and the kick is up and good, 20-14. And these two guys actually have a history of some epic comebacks against each other in the playoffs in Battle Royale and or Summer Sprint, where 1 year Joe had a big lead and Dennis came back on him. The next year Dennis had a big lead and Joe came back into force overtime. I think those were both like Super Bowls. Dennis won both of them, but there's a history there. This is not quite to that extent, but it certainly would be a big deal. 2014 Seattle, they're at their own 20. Dennis done a great job moving the ball all day long. So let's see if he can do it again here because he really needs it. Walking back, halfback, pistol formation, 3-4 defense. Flat pass left, 2-minute zone. Receiver incomplete to Mike Davis. 2nd down and 10.
Who does Dennis have behind Mike Davis?
Malcolm Brown. And he does use him. 8 up fatigue for Davis.
Okay.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm just thinking about Nathan's 4-1-6 strategy.
They're off tackle wrong to Davis. Short gain, 16 yards and a first down.
I don't think he'll be playing 4-1-6 against Mike Davis.
If it gets to that, we'll see. Yeah, off tackle right to Davis, gets correctly, gains 4 yards. Second down and 6. 8 carries, 71 yards for Davis, as he and Gore have combined to go for over 200 yards rushing now. 5 or 6 to go. Shout out to 140. In jeopardy still. Joe needs to stop here. This is a big play. If Joe gets something to no gain here. Off tackle gets wrong. Davis +7. Dennis is not shy about running his good cards until they cannot run anymore. And he likes to get at least one. He's comfortable using them even at fatigue level 1. Off tackle left to Davis. So if you're thinking that you're going to guess pass, and Davis is low in attempts, Dennis is showing you that I don't really care about that. He's got 4 fatigued left. He's got Malcolm Brown. Quentin Dennis, great coach, mixes it up. So I'm not trying to make it sound like it's easy to coach against, that's for sure. But he will use Malcolm Brown as a back. He's got Russell for the 3 runs. Off tackle Davis guess correctly, but he moved back out of the way. But it's still, why is that? Okay. It took a long time for the text on my screen to catch up to the result. 21 yards. The inside linebacker slid out to the left again. So you get the attacker right at the box of the defense. Now Joe goes short yardage, and it's a 3-yard gain. But Dennis is in great shape now as long as he gets the field goal. We have seen some high percentage late field goals missed in the last month in the Strat online community in this league. Off tackle left. I missed a 2-10 to lose to Tony on the last play of the game, and Bradley just missed a field goal on the last play of the game. I don't know what this percentage was. What did I do? When you list the guy's name, I mentioned him in the post, but we got to find out what he missed on those in the playoffs. I'll take a right to Mike Davis, 3rd and 4, 11 yards, maybe into the end zone. No, I turned my head and couldn't see. Now Davis is fatigued, but who cares about the 3-yard line? 2-minute warning, 2014. Dennis in great shape. Davis goes off 100.
Just kneel, take a couple knees. Take a couple knees.
Well, he's got 2 timeouts. So if you take 2 knees, I know what you're saying, but then if you miss the,
I would
rather score.
Run the linebacker. You're not going to score that way. You just get a yard, burn some time.
Yeah, but I would still rather score because, what if I miss the field goal? What if I get that 12? Now I look like too cute by half. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
You'd rather not score and try the field goal? You're probably right. You're probably more likely to lose. You score a touchdown, the other guy scores a touchdown, onside kick touchdown, as opposed to you missing, let's say, a 2-11 field goal. And that way, it doesn't matter right here. As Dennis got the touchdown on the linebacker from Malcolm Brown to go 26-14. He tries for 2. Bust run for Wilson, gets into the end zone, 28-14. And Dennis in great shape now. Joe needs a touchdown. Onside kick touchdown. 97 seconds left.
1 timeout.
Strat not showing us the kickoff again. Only 1 timeout. This game clock can get it under an hour so far because they waited a couple minutes for me and kicked off about 12:04, 12:05 Eastern. Short pass Austin Hooper. Dump off White Die 6. Curtis Samuel getting a lot of dump offs. 7 catches, 49 yards. Flat pass left to Robbie Anderson. White Die 6 is 10 yards. Robbie does not get out of bounds, it looks like. I did. Okay, I keep reading the previous text. Usually my text, I think, comes right away when I'm calling the game. Anyway, 1st and 10 for the Giants' own 44. Long pass, Samuel bust run for 16 yards. Gets Watson down to the Seattle 40. And it looks like he will be out of bounds on this. Again, I've read the previous play. No, he did not get a bounce, and he spiked it. Yeah, I swear that previously I would see the text simultaneous or something. So I don't know. Maybe because I have the animation on. Who knows? 2nd and 10. Short pass Chris Conley. Only 1 minute 7 seconds left. Defender extra +12. It looks like that's complete for a first down. And Conley
tackled in bounds.
Could knock it out of bounds. Nope. Spike again for Watson. 52 seconds left. He's at the Seattle 28. He's a touchdown. Onside kick touchdown. See if there's a bomb in here somewhere. Where you go for 2 or 3 completions. And we're right to Watson. Short game for 11 yards. Might get out of bounds. He's lumbering for the sideline. And he did not get it. So Joe has to spike the ball again. Only 37 seconds left now, but he's at the 17-yard line. Anderson's got the bigger average, but Dennis knows that. Joe pass to Anderson. Defense double teams Hooper. Must run for 13 yards. He needs him to get out of bounds here. No, I'll go to the sideline to Sean. Oh, no. He's sort of opening the seam, but he's got to be mindful of the clock there. Watson on the animation. So Joe has to spike the ball yet again. Second and goal for the 4. Only 22 seconds left. Touchdown gets you to 15 seconds. Onside kick 8. Obviously, the touchdown as soon as you can. Get to the touchdown this play or next play, or the game is over. 3 wide to running back, taunting Dennis. You have Austin Hooper. Why go 3 wide to running back? Because then you think you could trick Dennis into thinking that it's a wide die rule when it's not. Go back to Conley. Okay. Complete for a touchdown. Well, Joe's tricky that way, so I give him credit. Well, touchdown from Watson to Conley.
Here you go, Tom. So you can use the middle linebacker to double team the tight end, but you can't use him to double team the third wide receiver.
Zeb showing his comprehensive knowledge of the rules there. I was not aware of that. Extra point's good. Here's the onside kick. He has to get it. He has a Hail Mary. And, Team Crowley recovers the onside kick. Michael Schofield. Not sure that the best choice to have him out there in the hands team, personally. But he recovers the onside kick. And that's the game. 28-21, a good one. As I said earlier in the broadcast, Joe has in a history with Dennis of playing a lot of close games, but not getting over the hump that often, and actually getting the W. And that's what happened again.
Well, that interception,
Joe with the good luck in the Super Bowl.
Huge turnaround right there. Yes,
absolutely. Dennis did have an interception around Joe's 20 or something like that. Maybe it's 30 in the first half, and Dennis was up 14-0. But the pick of the end zone was huge, of course. If Joe scores there, it's a different ball game. So, Dennis reminding Joe this is a quarterfinal game. Joe, I think Joe's feigning a lack of knowledge there. I think Joe knew that he was not playing to make the Super Bowl. Unless Joe's mentality is, hey, it's a playoff game, I have to win. Who cares what the next game is? Which would be great. But I'm pretty sure Joe knew this was not the semifinals. So, but all right. Unfortunately, I have to run. I got some stuff I need to take care of, so I can't linger for a nice, fun talk. But hopefully, I should email my sources at Stratomatic, which is Glenn, and ask if the ratings will probably be released later this week, with the 4th being Saturday, as some people are hoping. I should do that. I'm getting it done.
Crossing their fingers for Friday.
Well, yeah, that would be the
make a lot of people.
That would be the pre-COVID expectation. Really, pre-COVID, you probably could have rooted for Thursday because you would expect Strat to have been closed on Friday, with the 4th being on Saturday. So who knows? So now maybe we're only 48 hours away. Maybe I've now created an unrealistic expectation. I guess I better email Mr. Guzzo and try to find out what he knows, and then I can update the community.
Sounds good.
All right, Zeb, I'll catch you later. Thanks for coming on. Always good to have you around and to chat in general. And we'll talk soon. Yep, one way or another. Yeah, good to see you too, Zeb. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.